Hello everybody, it is I, Cool, back again, and welcome back to another Take It Back Tuesday. This is the series where I re-review a bunch of cars that I have in my collection that I either haven't reviewed in a long time or ever on this channel. I was so excited when I found out that Cars' 20th anniversary would land on a Tuesday, meaning I got to do a very special episode of the series, and I was thinking for a long time, who would I cover on this day? I went through a couple ideas. My initial thoughts was, I think I always intended for it to be a McQueen. Originally, it was going to be just the standard Cars 1 Lightning McQueen, right? It's the iconic McQueen from the first movie. It's the one that everyone knows and loves. My only issue is that I've technically already reviewed this McQueen in the form of Lightning McQueen with sign. Now, granted, that was the Thailand variant, so I haven't reviewed a China Cars 1 Lightning McQueen, but I don't really do country variants on this channel unless it's like super different. I thought, who else could I do? Another idea that briefly crossed my mind was Road Repair McQueen, who I would consider to be the start of my channel, really, because that was when I introduced the Score and Review series, which is sort of my main review series on the channel, since I typically review cars as soon as I get them, or any item, really. Cars, FNAF, Thomas, what have you. I almost also did Dirt Track McQueen, who I have in a box here for Road Repair McQueen, since Dirt Track McQueen is another 2006 McQueen. And so even though the car I did land on, Radiator Springs McQueen here, isn't from 2006, like the diecast line debuted around 2007, I believe mid-2007. I think it was after Cactus, Cruisin', and Bling Bling. But it was like before some of the other ones. I chose Radiator Springs McQueen because I think it's probably the most significant McQueen from the start of the Cars franchise. I think Radiator Springs McQueen is definitely like top 5 most iconic McQueen designs, if you really think about it. And definitely one of the most iconic diecasts. He was in almost an annual release for years. He's actually also back out this year in 2026, and I considered getting his new production variant from, Neo China, basically. But for now, I'm very content with my original 2015 copy of this item. So yeah, I wanted to cover Radiator Springs McQueen because I think he's one of the most important McQueens in the Cars franchise. I also, for today, wanted to bring out everyone else I own from the 2006 toy line. Kind of. I recently reviewed Boost of Flames, who, as you know, did not come out until 2013, but I had the other tuners of flames, so I figured I'd just get all of them with their flames. I also decided to bring out Mac, even though he didn't get a diecast release till 2009. Well, technically 2008 as a semi, but I brought him out because I don't have any Mac playsets for Cars 1, and, Mac is an iconic character from the first movie. This is everyone important from the first movie, and I could not be more grateful. I started collecting Cars diecast, like actually collecting them and not just getting them every so often, in 2013. And, the Cars franchise has meant a lot to me. I grew up alongside it. I met a lot of amazing people in this community. People that I trust, will be lifelong friends. And so, it's just so cool to be here right now celebrating 20 years. It's just amazing. It's also the 40-year anniversary of Pixar this year. Not today, though. I think that was, like in November or something. Alright, enough rambling. Let's get on to Radiator Springs McQueen and what makes him such a cool item. Starting off with the face here. It is the same as a typical Lightning McQueen diecast. Let me bring out the Cars 1-1. This is a duplicate China one I had that has a slightly bent axle. Actually, his expression does seem to be slightly different, a bit more burrowed in. I think I prefer this expression to this one. But yeah, roughly meant to be the same. Originally, Radiator Springs McQueen was supposed to be looking off more to the side, so I wonder if that's why the eyebrows were positioned a little differently to accommodate for that. This is actually a flat eye variant, which I think might be kind of rare because I can't remember. Radiator Springs McQueen. Actually, yeah, no. Radiator Springs McQueen's been around the block a couple times. He was actually one of the first diecasts to get re-released post Cars 3. But not in the main line. It was in this weird birthday sort of series. One of those forgotten aspects of the Cars franchise was this weird birthday line exclusive to Target that was sort of Radiator Springs Classic-esque, where we released a couple of cars from the first Cars movie that weren't in the main line. But it was literally just a couple. It was just Radiator Springs McQueen and Yellow Ramon. Everyone else was just the Radiator Springs Townies. I don't know if that line was like intended to carry more characters. I feel like they should have put the tuners in there. That would have been a really smart place to put them because the tuners took a while to get Thailand variants. Yeah, so interesting history there. The Rusty's logo on the top is supposed to be really small. It's not a decal error. It's supposed to look like that in the movie. Of course, Radiator Springs McQueen is what McQueen looks like at the end of the movie. And I think that's what makes him so significant is Radiator Springs McQueen is sort of that cliffhanger kind of design. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like this is McQueen going forward. This is McQueen's life now. All wrapped up in this one design. It is so nice to look at. It is so cool. You know, it combines the best aspects of his designs throughout the movie. Of course, a major influence of this design is Cruisin' Lightning McQueen, but it also, adds a lot of, classic racing decals and just looks really nice, especially next to, like, hold on, do I have a Fabulous Hudson Hornet out with me? Oh, yeah, right here. Hold on, let me pull them out. Also an item that didn't come out till 2007. Well, actually 2017, because mine is the Dirt Track one. I don't think I would ever get the original Fabulous Hudson Hornet, because it's not really worth it. But, yeah, they look so good next to each other. It is just beautiful. So, yeah, let me roll them off to the side here. Got the nice little Circle 95. Of course, he is entirely metallic. It is so cool. Again, this is just such a cool McQueen. Fortunately, mine has seen better days. You can definitely Chell. I'm not a moron. I love Portal so much. You can tell that I've had to do some restoration work because he has quite a few chips, but I'm still content with Radiator Springs McQueen as is, at least my childhood one. I would love to get one of the lenticular variants. I think that'd be really interesting to sort of see like the evolution of Radiator Springs McQueen. The rims are sadly not metallic. I recently reviewed. It's really funny. I've been showing off a lot of my metallic McQueen diecasts recently. I recently reviewed Metallic Cars 3 Lightning McQueen that I got from my friend Cars Ignite 95, one of my absolute best friends in this community. Just such a cool dude. And Metallic Cars 3 McQueen did have metallic rims. So I think if Radiator Springs McQueen had come out like post Cars 3 in an alt timeline where Mattel decided to be like how they are now, where they just took their sweet time with major movie variants. yeah, like supposedly, if he had been designed then, they probably would have incorporated the metallic of the rims. If I ever get like metallic red paint and I get an extra of Radiator Springs McQueen in slightly better condition, I would love to take my original one and like completely mod it to be even better than it already is, because I genuinely do think Radiator Springs McQueen is one of the coolest McQueen diecasts around. I'm just floored with how good he looks. The Thailand variant, unfortunately, looked kind of bad. I know the Vietnam version's pretty controversial, but I'm leaning more towards liking it. I think it got a lot more of what made Radiator Springs McQueen, so, good and all that. Has this nice little gas cap here, the Rusty's logo. As you may know, he's not my favorite McQueen, that honor has always been Hudson Hornet Piston Cup McQueen in terms of at least paint job. In terms of actual diecast variants, I honestly don't know. There are so many fun diecasts of McQueen out there. Yeah, there's the back, which definitely had to be patched up here. I don't know why this specific corner. In case you're wondering, this McQueen came in a 2-pack with Sally. My original Sally from the 2-pack has been repainted and is currently sitting in storage because I haven't gotten around to actually, like, fixing the paint and all that. Again, the nice metallic sides. Like, this is such a good McQueen. Again, it's just, like, it's so classic. That's really the best word to describe this McQueen. It feels more classic than it already is. And it is classic, you know? It's like, but like I like it still felt classic when it just came out, you know? Yeah, so again, unfortunately, he has a bit of a wheel wobble. I don't like when my diecasts have that, but given that this guy's been with me for quite a while now, it makes sense. A look at the base. Again, I'm going to do a quick comparison to Metallic Cars 3 Lightning McQueen, since that is one of the most similar items. One of my big complaints with like the early McQueens is that I don't like how they did the eye decals. I definitely think I think the way they've done the eye decals since Cars 2 have looked a little more alive than this, but I still think this exudes a lot of personality. Look at this. This video is going 11 minutes now, but it's, you know, it's 20 years of Cars. And so, you know, I think I deserve to ramble a little bit about why Cars is such a good franchise. Also, in case you guys didn't know, I was gonna jokingly point out I didn't bring out Regular Flow because Regular Flow from Thailand is so bad. But again, I just want to show off everyone. There's technically a couple more characters I don't have variants of for this year. In terms of actual items released this year, the last 2006 car I need some version of would actually go to Green Ramon. And as for Rollin' Bull and Mater, I guess I could technically use brand new Mater as the Rollin' Bull and Mater analog because they're kind of similar. So yeah, I do hope to get Green Ramon at some point. So again, just I want to do one more final look at Radiator Springs McQueen before I sign off. Again, 20 years is nothing to scoff at. I know a lot of people are questioning what's going to happen to Cars with the recent reveal of Lightning Racers and the diecast line not being exactly where we want it to be right now. And, you know, nobody can say for certain what's going to happen to Cars, but I think the fact that we've been here for 20 years says that, you know, come hell or high water, I think the Cars franchise is still going to be kicking. All of the anniversary merchandise has been just absolutely amazing, and I think, you know, Disney has recognized that Cars means a lot to people. Right? So, again, I don't think Cars is going anywhere. And I don't think we're going anywhere. Anyways, that's all I have for today. Hope you all enjoyed the review, and I shall see you all around. Bye-bye!